Let's address the elephant in the room. When Tesla Model 3 hit the market, it was advertised as being an electric car for everybody. Should be able to get it around 30 grand. That's just plain old not true. It wasn't true then, it's not true now.
That was a lie.
I knew that already. I can smell the lies.
That was after federal rebates and their projected gas savings over like 5 years. So that's not what you're actually going to pay for it. All the tech, all the cool stuff, the extended range, the self-driving, everything that makes a Tesla the cool car that it is, you're not getting into one. It's about a $70,000 car. It's going to cost you 70 grand before you get to set foot in one of those really, really cool Teslas. So it's a very, very expensive vehicle. Don't have any illusions about that. Now, as far as how it drives and how I felt about driving it, it was fun. It's a fun car. It is very, very fast. I will give it that. It will do 0 to 60 in 3 seconds or 6 seconds, depending on the model, just like they advertised. It cooks. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. I was doing 55 in a 35 zone before I even knew what I was doing, before I had a chance to check the instrument panel.
Late! What happened? Where are they? I don't know, sir. They must have hyperjets on that thing. And what do we got on this thing? A Cuisinart?
Is that a good thing? Probably not for most people. If you're driving in a straight line on a highway and there's nothing around you and there's no cops in sight, great, fine. For your average person driving down the road in stop and go traffic, you're never going to use that. You're never going to use that kind of acceleration. You're never going to use the kind of speed it's capable of. So, not sure what the point of that is. But if that's what you want, that's the car that'll do it. The camera system, the visibility is unmatched. Absolutely fantastic. I felt very, very safe in it. I could see everything. Pedestrian warnings, traffic warnings, tells you whether you've got a red light coming up or a green light coming up. Very, very cool. I really, really liked that about it. It was not a particularly comfortable ride. The suspension is incredibly tight. The guy at the Tesla store assured me, oh, it's all adjustable. You can adjust the suspension with a push of a button. But I saw him do that before I ever hit the road. He had it in chill mode, not sport mode. So I know that that was already the most comfortable setting it was on, and it was still just a little too tight for my tastes. Going over the speed bumps in the parking lot to get out onto the road was a nausea-inducing experience. So it's not great at slow speeds in regular driving conditions. It's great at high speed. It's great on a very flat, smooth, open highway. Other than that, it's not the most comfortable ride in the world. The interior is very plasticky. I know it's leather and all that, but it was sterile. It felt like sitting in a doctor's office rather than in a luxury car. So I was not wild at all about the experience of actually sitting in that car. And I'm going to spend a lot of time sitting in my car. So if you spend a lot of time driving, comfort's really important. I was not at all impressed with that. So that is a big, serious tick against it. The other things that make the Tesla what it is the technology. And to be totally honest, the tech is a bunch of toys, a bunch of expensive toys that are all on what it basically amounts to an iPad that's glued to the dashboard in the middle of the dashboard. And you're constantly doing this. If you want to check the instrument panel, if you want to adjust anything, it's all to your right. It's all to the right of the steering wheel. And you're doing this all the time. Right? There's no heads-up display. So if you like doing this all the time to adjust stuff, or check your speed, or check anything, or adjust the air conditioning, or change the radio, great. But that's what you're doing all day long. And I didn't find that to be particularly comfortable or a particularly pleasant experience. And half the tech toys on there are stuff that I'll never use. If you like a lot of tech toys, fantastic. Is it worth paying another 20 or 30 grand for all those toys? I don't think so. Especially if it's not that particularly comfortable an experience to drive under most normal driving conditions. So there it is. I see the appeal. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of really cool things about it. And if it's worth $70,000 for the cool tech toys, then go for it. It's not for me. I can see the appeal for a lot of people, but not for me personally. But if you like the toys and you've got the money, if you got 70 grand burning a hole in your pocket, get the Tesla Model 3. It's not a bad car. It's not the perfect car that it should be for that kind of money. And that's it. I'm wrapping it up here. That's my review. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll give a more in-depth review of the Chevy Bolt when it arrives on the lot, because I've put a deposit down on it, and that's what I'm getting. Peace out, everybody.